What's going on, buddy? Welcome to Leetcode Python Solution 252 Meeting Rooms. So if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to check my personal website, neonlyblog.com. There are a lot of coding projects and also articles that might be helpful to you. Alright, so first of all, my apology since I do not have a premium account, so I have to refer to others' websites to see the questions. So this question is very common in our life. Like for example, if you're going to schedule a meeting with your friends or your colleagues, then you might probably come up with this kind of issue in our real life. All right. So what is this question? So this question is basically to ask by giving a start and end times for a meeting, which is like this. Determine if a person could attend all meetings or not, and the formats are like in the list. So for example, the first meeting it starts at 0 and ends at 30, and second meeting starts at 5 and ends at 10. So the return type is true or false. So what should we do, and what is the algorithm for this question? So when we are given a schedule of meetings, so for example, I got a meeting like so this is a meeting and this is a time. So this is the start. So here is the start time, and this is the end time. And I got another meeting like here, and I got a third meeting like here. So the first thing that we need to do is we sort the inputs, and we are going to have this kind of meetings in schedule, like by sorting the first element, which is the start time for all the meetings. And next, we're going to do is we're going to check. For each meeting, the starting time with the previous ending time. So as long as the starting time is the value is larger than the previous ending time, then the person can attend both meetings. And same for all the following meetings. So as long as all the meetings for each meeting, their starting time is larger or equal to the previous meeting time, then the return should be true. Otherwise, it will be false, which is in the third meeting here, the starting time is smaller than the previous ending time, and therefore in that case, it should return false. So let's see how to realize this in the in Python. So here I have defined the function's name as meeting room here, and I also initialize the function. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort my intervals by the first element, which is 0, 5, or 15. Alright. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the meetings with the previous ending. Alright, and probably here I can have in interval nums or meeting num might be better. Length of the intervals. So for range 1 to num, the reason I the reason I start from 1 is because the first meeting I don't need to compare it, right? I just don't need to compare the start time with the previous meeting's ending time. So here, if intervals I, and if this value is smaller than the previous one, previous one's ending time, then it will just return false. Otherwise, it will just return true. Alright, so let's run it in terminal. So, I think the third line. So for the sort, you don't have to put an equal sign, but if it is sorted, then you have to. Let's run it again. And it returns to false, and that is what we are expecting. Alright, I think this is the end for this tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to leave comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next tutorial meeting room too. Thank you very much and have a nice day.